So I rest in your promises, and now I am sure of this, I'm yours. No power is strong enough to separate me from your love.
God bless. My name's Davy Barty. I'm from Calder Crooks Church in Scotland, and today I want to share with you my testimony about how I got saved. I want to share with you what Jesus has done for me. I remember back, some 20 years ago, when the brothers came up to Scotland. They had a convention there. The word of the Lord had came from England, and they travelled down to Scotland. And I remember as a boy, just growing up, 10-year-old, the gospel was being preached. So I sort of knew the gospel from knew about God and knew the gospel of God. My mum got saved, and part of my family got saved, and I knew as the years went on, like 10-year-old, 15-year-old, as I went on in my life, always known about God and knowing the way that, the gospel, how Jesus died for us and Jesus come to save us. And today I want to share with you how my life changed. I remember making a decision as a boy, 10-year-old, in a chalet on Stonyburn Camp, George and Jenny chalet. I remember giving my life to the Lord, and I remember, from then growing into a boy at 15, 16, getting a driving licence. I remember leaving and going to foreign countries, working away in foreign countries, and that on the back of my mind always, I was constantly thinking about the Lord. I would think about, where I would go when I was going to die. I had a fear of dying. It was something that was on my mind, about dying, and about, what was going to happen to me after I died. Where would I go? How it would be forever and always, and that constant fear in me. I remember getting married at 18, and I remember the same thing. The Lord always at the back of my mind. I remember at the age of 20, I think I was 21-year-old. I was in Germany, and I took heart failure, and I remember that was the day when the Lord really spoke to me, when God really started doing things in my life again. I remember getting airlifted away from a camp in the middle of East Germany to a hospital, and I remember asking God why this was happening to me. And I remember asking God the question if I was going to die that day, and I remember the Lord replying to me and saying, "Not today." And I knew always constantly, even from then, from a young boy, that God always had a plan. He always had something, that there was always something there that I knew God wanted, but I didn't want it. I wanted to run away from the Lord. I wanted to live my life. I wanted to accumulate, get money, live my life, do the things that I wanted to do, and live the life the way that I wanted to live. But there come a point in my life, I remember being bad. I remember leaving Germany. I remember coming back to Scotland, and I remember the Lord starting to prompt me and speak to me, even from all the years before it. And then I remember one day the Lord speaking to me. I was at Appleby Fair, and the Lord said to me one day, he said, "David, what do you want out of life?" And I mean, the Lord, we had a conversation, and the Lord said, "David, continue on the path that you're on, and continue in the way that you're going." I took to the drink. I took to going away for days drinking, and I was doing very worldly things, living a life to please me and myself. And I remember the Lord saying to me that there's two roads, Dave. He said, one will lead you to destruction. He said, you're on that road. And the Lord said to me, come off the road that leads to destruction, come follow me. And he said, I'll bless your life. And I remember that even after that time on Appleby, I remember leaving Appleby, and I remember going back home, and then the months after that, the Lord started to prompt me. The Lord was speaking to me. The Lord was, the Lord wanted me on that narrow path, but I didn't want it. And I remember the day I went to a wedding. I'd been off the drink. I was going all right. I went to this wedding. I started drinking at the wedding. I was two days away drinking. And I remember the very day when I laid down my life before the Lord. All the years that I'd struggled and strived and run away from the Lord, I remember the day when I took the trainers off. I stopped running from the Lord, and I remember the day when I said, Lord, my life now belongs to you. And from that day, that was 8 years ago, this October, the day when I gave my life to Jesus and I started to walk with the Lord. And the Lord has blessed me. The Lord has saved me. The Lord has healed me. The Lord has saved my wife, my family. I'm now one of the pastors in a church in Calder Crooks. And God is doing a mighty work, and I thank God for everything that He's doing. I thank God for saving me. I'm at a convention here in Wales. It's been amazing. God is saving souls, and great and wonderful things are happening. And if you're listening to this today, I just hope that you would give your life to Jesus, because there's no other way. Jesus is the only way, the truth and the life. And let me tell you something today. I have experienced God through healing, through salvation, His love and His mercy and His grace. There's nothing like knowing Jesus Christ. God bless you.
You are God over the storm.